But I'd say 4 to 8 is a good time for any luxury type of stuff, just because there's not as much shadows. And sometimes even on a cloudy day, for us that take the photos, it's sometimes even better. So that's why we kind of come in with the 360 virtual tours, the different aerial perspectives with the drone photos, and the different videography stuff that we do with the
home sales are going through online. People have a short attention span. You need to attract them right away. So for that reason, you need a crisp, clean, bright photo.
You're able to scroll around and get a full 360 view of everything there. And then, once you click to the next spot, you're able to get more views and really take a look through the house. What floor you want to look at. So this is the third floor, and then you can go to the second floor.
It really makes me feel like I'm inside the house. Welcome back to I Buy Real Estate, your free step-by-step guide so you can buy real estate. Today we got two special guests in the building, Tony and Jordan. The two make up 360 Views. They specialize in photography, drone photography, virtual staging, professional videos, and Matterport, which is basically like a video walkthrough of a house where you can just click, 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 and you can see every corner of the house. Welcome, guys.
Thanks, Wayne. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
So I want to bring you guys on and really lecture on the importance and how vitally important it is to have clean, crisp, professional photos for listings, and what difference it makes to not only sell faster, but to also sell for top dollar. So because there's a huge difference between you guys versus an average photographer, just talking more about that.
Yeah, I think especially nowadays when, a lot of home sales are going through online, people have a short attention span. You need to attract them right away. So for that reason, you need a crisp, clean, bright photo to really attract them in there, to at least get them in the door.
Right.
And once they're there, you can, use your magic as an agent to sell them on the house.
Yeah,
Right.
And one of the things that I would say separates us from an average photographer in the area is it's very cloudy and gloomy here on a lot of the days. So we make sure that you always get that bright blue sky in the exterior photos, whether that's through the drone photos or any of the ground exteriors. Really brightens it up, makes it super attractive, especially on Zillow or any listing sites. The first photo is huge for people, and if it's bright, attractive, and something that you want to click on, it always helps with the listing. So more people get eyes on it, and more clicks, more eyes leads to faster sales. So that's kind of what separates us, I'd say.
Right. Okay, so here's a crazy stat. 92% of all home buyers use the internet as an information source before purchasing a house, and 75% of the viewers say they drove by the house or want to see the inside because they like the photos. So you literally have seconds to dazzle a potential buyer before they just scroll on to the next house.
Right. You don't want to start the tour of the photos with an iPhone photo that's taken vertical or something that doesn't show the room.
Yeah.
You want to envision yourself in there. So we bring in a wide angle lens, and you're able to actually see the full space. You see 3 walls in there, so you can picture, okay, I can fit this style bed in there. I can fit, this will be good for my kids. Different scenarios, but you just need to attract them with a professional wide photo that'll really get them in the door.
Right.
Absolutely. And then especially on even some of the higher end listings or listings that are a little bit more expensive that might have a feature that you need to show, the photos sometimes isn't enough because everybody has photos nowadays too. So that's why we kind of come in with the 360 virtual tours, the different aerial perspectives with the drone photos, and the different videography stuff that we do with the cinematic walkthroughs, really having that slow-mo feel, cinematic, almost makes you feel like it's like a mini movie trailer of the home, so you want to take a look in that. So that's kind of how we express it to people too, is we'll kind of make those movie trailers. If the home is the movie that you're trying to sell, we'll make that movie trailer. Because if you're looking at movies online or on Netflix, the only thing you're going off of is the little bit of the description and then that movie trailer. Yeah. And if it's a bad movie trailer, you're not going to necessarily want to watch that movie. So we try to spruce it up, and that's kind of like our approach in marketing these homes in the area.
I love that because I know I've seen a lot of other listings where agents are just taking pictures of their cell phone and they're either in the mirror taking a selfie shot or there's like clutter all over the place. And I know that when you guys take my photos, you guys are moving stuff around to really get that palatial look, elegant look. And
you want it to look almost like no one lives there, and that's some of the tough part. Before the shoot, we send out a guideline to all the homeowners and the agents to review it before, clear all the clutter, make sure it's cleaned up, you're washing down, mirrors and shower doors, all that stuff, because it shows in the photo, and if you're looking at that, it just doesn't make you as interested in the property.
Right, it kind of turns you off, to be honest.
For sure.
Yeah, you want it as super clean as possible. Obviously, a lot of homes are difficult sometimes because people do live in them. So we do our best to help move a couple things, and around like this time with COVID too, it's definitely difficult for us to be moving stuff. So we've been asking our agents and our homeowners of the properties to really clean it up the best they can. And it's just going to lead to better results, faster sales, bidding wars, stuff like that. So,
talk to me about like lighting, because like you guys do magic with the lighting, and
it's a lot of the editing. So we take mostly just ambient light. We don't usually bring in flash or anything like that. It's just the type of photography that we do and the style that allows us to really brighten up the colors and enhance those colors and make them nice and bright, even in dark basements and stuff like that. You just want to show it off as best you can so you can see that space. For sure. So
but we found that we've experimented with both. We found that the flash is a little too bouncy off certain rooms. So now we just shoot with raw, and it's like in an HDR format, so you're able to merge and get the best form of color in there. And then once you get that image, you brighten it up in post and get the perfect image. So
wow, take notes, guys, take notes. That's gold right there. So with what's going on today, the coronavirus and how it's impacted so many industries, the real estate business being one of them. As a buyer's agent or listing agent, you couldn't actually show the inside. Like, it was illegal to show the inside. So products such like the Matterport was a great replacement because it really feels like you're inside the house. You can see every corner of the house. What other products that you guys suggest that could really replace with what's going on?
I would say, so during, especially COVID, like you said, there was no option. You couldn't bring people in. So there were some agents that were bringing their laptops and doing Zoom calls, walking through, which was tough. But really, services spiked in Matterport, which is a 360 tour where you can really walk through, zoom in on your own. It's more of an interactive walkthrough, which you can also get a dollhouse view. You can see the floor plans from it. So that's really a nice way to market it. But another hot, service that we were selling during this time is the video walkthrough, because it creates more of like an emotional feel. You match it to music, you get different angles, up close shots, maybe the water running, different things like that. So the two biggest ones right now during this time has been the Matterport, where it's a little more interactive, or the video walkthrough, which is like kind of more of a emotional, ties all the emotions together.
Right. I know my property manager, he's actually started a YouTube channel where he's posting videos of an agent just walking through the house with videos. And then he's directing all the potential tenants to see the videos, and once you like the video, then you just put down a deposit and it's a final walkthrough. So it's like, so these are like the new adaptations that our industries are doing in order to adapt with what's going on. So I love it. Well, let's talk about the products and services you guys offer. You guys want to show on the laptop? All right, so this is the website here, 360views.net. If you guys want to check them out, Tony here is gonna show the products and services they offer.
Yep, so right on our website, it's spelled out 360views.net. And if you go to the services tab at the top, you can see the different services we got here. So we got photography, drone photography, virtual staging, video walkthroughs, drone videos, Matterport tours, as well as some promotional videos as well, which is usually if an agent wants to kind of highlight themselves as a business and what they've done and what they do around the area. That's great for that, but we also do things outside of real estate as well. But we can just take a look at some of the drone photography to start. So this is where we take up the drone and we get a bunch of different various angles Yeah, so that's kind of that blue sky that we were talking about, how we replace it and make it just extra bright. Couple city shots there.
Those are the pictures that sell.
Yeah, so we always tell people if they're going to get the drone photography, it definitely is an important part to have that first photo on Zillow, for example, or other sites as that drone photo, because it attracts people.
Like this one, they're selling this, a unit in that building. So that's the center focus. Then you have the city in the background. You see surrounding buildings right there. So it's nice to attract people with location shots as that first one.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
So location, and then various angles of the actual property itself.
Beautiful.
Just get a different perspective, because on the ground you're only able to get 6-7 feet up with the tripod, but with the drone we're able to get pretty high enough where you could get almost all of the surrounding area as well as the property lines.
Right.
And then what we were kind of talking about, which was those video walkthroughs, is where we take the drone, we get some exterior shots with the drone, and then we kind of take it right inside from there. So for example, for that, it'd be something like this video here, where we kind of start coming in from the property, edit it all to music and stuff like that.
Who picks out the music?
We do, usually whoever's editing the video.
It goes great. It goes great.
It's something light, not too boring.
Yeah.
Some of the videos can be 2 to 3 minutes of the bigger house, so you don't want to really bore them.
Yeah, we usually try to keep an upbeat, modern style song. Shows a couple of the exterior there, the backyard, and then it will cut to like right around here where we'll take it inside. And this is nice because the Matterport is a very click-through walk, interactive on yourself. For this, you just get to press play and watch. And you can pause at any time, you easily share the links, all that type of stuff. Put it to any social media platforms that you're marketing to. Anything like that is super helpful for listing a home, especially one like this where you got multiple rooms, multiple angles that look super nice. So yeah.
Beautiful.
Yep, and then the one other thing I was going to show would be the Matterport, which is the 360 tour that we were talking about. And that's more like Google Street View of a property. So we'll just take a look at this one here. And these are just some examples on our website. So you're able to kind of just click and scroll. It's a little slow here, but you're able to scroll around and get a full 360 view of everything there. And then, once you click to the next spot, you're able to get more views and really take a look through the house on your own. And then that dollhouse view is super huge for people to see the layout, to see how the floors kind of line up and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Where each room is.
The floor plan, yeah.
Yep, and then you're able to actually see the top view of the floor plan, and then click from there what floor you want to look at. So this is the third floor, and then you can go to the second floor.
Wow.
As well as the first one there.
It really makes me feel like I'm inside the house.
Yeah, exactly. So you get to see what you're really looking at, what you're looking for, and all that stuff. It helps especially for people that are out of state or people that, like during this time, COVID, can't really go to the property at all. So this is a huge help for people that want to buy or see a house online solely before they waste any time and go check it out for something they might not like.
Mm-hmm. And you can put this on the MLS where buyers can view it too.
Sure.
The one last thing I want to cover is actually the photos.
Oh, the virtual staging, is that the one too?
And the virtual staging. I was gonna have you guys cover both because I think the first thing people see when they click on the listing is the photos. Mm-hmm. So I think look at this price starting at $145. That's a steal right there.
Yeah.
That's a steal.
Yep, absolutely. So I'll just take through a couple examples with the wide angle, the brightness of the shots,
Yeah.
how you
Good
can see
color
through
in
the
there as
window.
well, so-
Look how crisp those photos look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll see, some photographers take it with like a closer up lens. You just don't get the full sense of the
Yeah.
room.
So the wide lens really opens it up
Yep.
and makes it look,
Yep.
makes the rooms look open.
Mm-hmm.
Love
Get
it.
a pop of color in there.
Love it. Love it, love it.
So yeah, those are some examples. And then the one last service that we could show here would be the virtual staging, which would be when we take photos of a vacant property, we're able to actually digitally impose some furniture. So here's some before and afters of what the room looked like vacant, and then we added some furniture in with Photoshop. So people could we always encourage people to print these out if they get them for their listing, and then during open houses show people, obviously because there is no furniture in the properties when they're there visiting, so they could kind of see the sense of what it could look like with some of their own furniture in or some modern furniture in there. And for that, we kind of go off of the style of the home, the woodwork or the color, the decor and stuff like that. And then for this example here, there was 2 couches there, so we kind of just played off of those 2 couches and added some new furniture there to go along with it, so it wasn't so boring and dry. Some outdoor furniture as well. We could do patios. And then here there was just a bed, a box frame and a little bed here.
You guys made
and we kind of made it into a full bed with the nightstand and everything like that. Some paintings on the walls, all that stuff.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Do agents give you guys feedback on virtual staging versus actual staging?
Yeah, the virtual staging is a little bit cheaper.
Okay.
Because it's only $50 per photo.
Right.
Where the actual staging, you have to go in, it costs a couple $100. You gotta have it removed when they buy it, and there's a whole process there. Where it's just digitally staged, so they could use it for their marketing, and then have the home be ready for movement.
Love it, love it,
Yeah.
love it, love it. Great, great. So I hope you guys like those services and products that 360 Views offer. Now, going back to questions, this is a very controversial question. Is there a best time to shoot the photos? I heard from high-end listing agents that 4 to 8 is like the sweet spot to shoot the photos because that's when the sun is coming down. What's your guys' take on that?
I mean, it all depends on the angle of the house, and obviously during the seasons it changes as well. But I'd say 4 to 8 is a good time for any luxury type of stuff, just because there's not as much shadows. And sometimes even on a cloudy day, for us that take the photos, it's sometimes even better because there's less shadows that come in the house. There's less shadows on the actual house itself, and then we replace the sky. So even if it's a cloudy, gray day, it might, as long as the ambient light's pretty nice coming through the windows, it actually has the best product, I'd say, to keeping the tones of the colors, usually the same and all that. So people think that they need the best, sunniest day, but in reality, it really doesn't matter with us because we brighten up the skies no matter what. As long as it's nice and bright inside the house, that's the perfect time. So it really depends, but I'm between like 9 to I'd say noon, and then around 4 to 8 would be the 2 times that are best. But like I said, any time between the middle of the day too is great. So we kind of make it work depending on the sun angles and the way the house is facing, so that's a huge factor in that stuff.
Got it. Now, speaking of weather, what about like rain and snow? Like, how does those weather affect shootings?
It affects it for the outside, the exterior. With the drone, we can take it up in like light rain. We take it up in snow all the time because we can't fight that in Buffalo. We're always doing that. But, for the winter shots, I think the snow adds a cool little factor in it when it's coming down with a nice little snowfall. But rain is tough. We usually will have to like reschedule in that case. But like I said, for light rain, we can replace the sky, and you actually sometimes can't even tell that it was like a lousy day.
Yeah.
So it's all dependent on how heavy the rain is, how heavy the snow is.
Yeah, and we usually will have to move it. We usually try to keep the appointments where they are, do the interiors, try to do the exteriors. And worst case scenario is if they don't like them, we come back and we reshoot the exterior if they have an issue with that. So,
wow, awesome.
You can't control the weather.
Yeah, right. So it's Mother Nature.
Yeah.
So I know especially for photos, that your editor can actually edit out if there's a car blocking the way. You guys can edit it out, and which is a great feature.
Yeah, right. So like we'll edit little things out like cars if they can't move the car. Sometimes we've had it where there's a trailer in the driveway that they just didn't have the keys or didn't have the truck to move during the shoot. And we could edit those out, edit out things like garbage cans or little tiny things that people don't want in the shots that don't affect the actual home. So sometimes we'll have people kind of asking us to fix windows and stuff like that, siding, but we usually don't do that unless we know for a fact they're going to be fixing it, because that could lead to false advertising, which is then put on the agent. Yeah. So we try to help our agents out with that and kind of educate them that we can't do everything they need with Photoshop because of, legal advertising laws and stuff like that, but we can do things like remove garbage cans or trailers or cars out of the driveways.
Or fix up the grass that they know they're going to be patching up, that kind of thing. It was just like something happened where there was a burn mark, but they're going to be fixing it. It was just a dry summer, things like that where it's an easy replacement. It's not like altering the house. It's just,
Awesome.
Something like that. So
great to know, guys. So you guys started out in residential and now expanding into commercial, weddings, and private events. Yeah. What's next? Is it franchise? What is it?
I think we want to keep going with real estate now, especially since times are changing. I think our services are going to be even more beneficial to agents. So we're not giving up on real estate by any means, but something we want to get into is more of the development side of construction. A lot of the home builders that will do their first phase of breaking ground, and we'll go there and show off them moving dirt or them doing the siding for a house. That's cool for them to show the progress of the home building. So that's one industry is home building, construction, and then also developing student housing and medical offices that are coming in. That stuff that's really cool for us to show off.
Yeah, I would say the next phase is we just started getting into wedding videography and doing promotional stuff as well for businesses like restaurants and boutiques, stuff like that. So I wouldn't say we'd have to necessarily need to do any more industries right now. It's more of just building that service and that the systems behind it. So our system for real estate is pretty huge for us right now with our admin. We have a couple video editors ready to go when we have stuff done. So our turnaround time stays the same as it was when we first started, and we had a lot less homes to do. So I feel like our system is still being perfected and built for the real estate. So the next phase would probably be just perfecting the systems for things like wedding videography, development projects, restaurants, and stuff like that. So we get into a rhythm where we could kind of be doing all of that at once, I'd say, would be the next thing. Awesome. And then, who knows, maybe taking it to other cities like Rochester, Syracuse, or even going down south to where we have a couple connections down in Florida. But, there's different things up in the air always running. So it's kind of just, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be type of stuff right now. We're just trying to perfect our system and make sure our quality is always staying the same, if not getting better in Buffalo, because that's kind of where we started, that's where we work every day, and that's where we live. So just trying to always perfect quality with upgrading cameras, upgrading drones, because that technology is changing so fast every single year. There's a new drone that comes out, better quality. There's new cameras that come out. So just staying on top of that, making sure our employees know that our quality is huge and super important to us and our clients. So I'd say that's kind of what we're working on, and that's the next phase for us right now.
Beautiful.
Just maintaining.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you guys are by far the #1 photographer, videographer in Buffalo. How can people get a hold of you guys?
Well, they could go to the website that we just showed, which is 360views.net. If you just type in on Google 360 views, which is all spelled out, you should see us right there. Or just give
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You can check out all of our videos on there. Yep. We're posting all the time to Instagram. Just scroll through and see all the different industries, different houses we do in the area, which is pretty cool. Give us a follow, give us a like.
Yeah, or you could just call me too. Call or text us. My number is 716-472-7107. So always, by the phone, answering people's calls, questions, concerns. Yep. We get calls all the time. People asking, how much do you guys run for just basic photos? What's your availability? How far do you drive? All that type of stuff. We could just answer that on the phone or through a text. So whatever's easier for you guys. If you want to follow us on social media, go to our website or just text or call me. But another cool thing that we do is on our website, a lot of people don't realize this when they first hear about us, but they can book a shoot right through our website. And that's what most of our clients do, is they'll go to our website, they'll see the hire us or book a shoot button on our website, and from there you can see all of our pricing, all of our different packages, and it's kind of like an a la carte option where we have all of our solo services in there, as well as a couple key packages that have a couple of the services together where you get a discount on those packages. So yeah, you could just book a shoot, you could take a little time, take a look at, you know, all this different stuff on the site and book right online. You're able to put all your information, the address of the home, and then see the dates and times that we have available, because we'll have options where they could book that same day if they wake up early enough and they see an opening for 4 or 5 o'clock that same day. And if we're open, they could book it, you know, and sometimes we'll have a couple days where we're just super blocked so they can't get it until the next, you know, 3-4 days. So it all depends on our calendar. So that's why we kind of have people go to the website. It's just super easy because you're able to see all the dates and times that we're available. So that makes it super easy for booking.
Yeah, it makes the agents' lives easier. That's what we got into this to do. You know, help them out, create cool content to help market the listings, and you know, just help out the industry. So that's one key feature that really is nice for agents. They can do it on their own. You know, easy booking, and it's
less back and forth with
Right.
us and everything like that. So if they're sitting next to their clients at a listing appointment and they're going to be going with you, and you know for a fact you need these photos as soon as possible, you're able to, right on the website with the clients right next to you, go on the site, take a look at some of the services, some of the packages, showing them the upfront costs you're going to be taking on for marketing right away, showing them the quality of what we do, what they can expect out of the agent for getting that, and then just being able to book it. So all that can be done right on our website, and super easy and super helpful for people.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I'll post it in the description below. And I booked it myself. It's very user friendly. You just click, book. They show up, get the pictures to you the
next day.
The next day.
Yeah.
So great communication. I use them all the time. And you guys should too. Hope you guys got a lot of value in this, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right, thank you.